What's up guys, T-Dog here, welcome back to another video, and today we're doing a FIFA 14 squad builder of the 4-1-2-1-2, the one I've devised after switching from my 4-4-2, which an updated version of it, which I'll do in a later video. So that's it really. I'm just going to go over changes I've made, better changes, why I've gone with certain players, the prices, what I see the good side of them, and why not choose any other certain player for the moment. These are the players that I've chosen because of the coins that I had at the time and how I saw fit where I needed to improve. So we'll start from the goalkeeper position. We have Joe Hart in goal. Originally I did have Mignolet in goal, but he seemed to be letting too many goals in for me, so I decided to pick up Joe Hart because he's obviously better rated keeper. But now he's like, after the games I have played with him, he's not the best. So when I get the coins I need, I'll be picking up Pezacek. But let's just go over what I bought from these players I bought a while ago. So the likelihood their prices will have probably gone down from when I first bought these in the market. So hopefully we can push on from that, and well, let's just go up ahead anyway. For Joe Hart, he's standard 85 diving, 87 reflexes, 76 handling, which isn't the best. Why he basically palms everything from my experience. He's not the best shot stopper in the world, but he's good with his reflexes and diving ability when a shot's coming towards goal, and his 79 kicking and his 81 positioning. His kicking can help you launch a counter attack if you catch it off a corner, which incredibly help you so much in most cases. As you can see, his saving technique is acrobatic. It's not traditional like most keepers, and he's a good height for his keeper. As you can see, I bought him for 5,000 coins, which I probably paid a little bit over too much for him, which now you can get him for easily cheaper. And I also applied the glove trait on him, which improves his, when I find it, diving and handling, because as I said, his handling's not the best, so that puts it up, and then his diving's up even more, and his position will push up even more, making him all round a better keeper. There are better keepers out there. You could probably stick with Mignolet and get a good glove trait, put glove trait on, because in my opinion I feel that the glove trait is the best chem style that you can put on a goalkeeper that you're going to use, because from what I've seen, I've looked at the stats of the others and I don't see any other good choices for goalkeepers. Moving on to right back, I have Glenn Johnson there. I didn't think I could afford Kyle Walker at the time, so I went with Glenn Johnson. 85 pace, and his average 76 defending, 74 heading, and 74 passing. He's good for the price that I got him for, which was just under 2,000 coins. He was good for the price that he even goes for now, which will probably just be either a bit lower than that or just a bit over what I paid. And he's got 4-star weak foot, 3-star skill. Not that's important for a defender, but he's 6 foot, so he can win majority of headers. And with me putting the sentinel trait on him, which increases his defending and his heading, it makes him all around a better player, and he can win balls in the box. Say if your opponent's got a corner and somehow your right back, like Glenn Johnson, works his way into the penalty spot to try and defend, you can have a better chance of heading that ball instead of using his base stats and moving on from there. His 74 passing doesn't really hurt yet in that retrospect, because he's got pretty solid passing, and you're only going to be doing like 1-2s within the player and stuff like that. Not very much is going to affect it. His pace helps him a lot, enabling him to get back against them fast wingers and so forth. Let's move on to the next player, Mamadou Sakho. As we know from last year in FIFA 13, great player, played for PSG. Now he's even better that he's in the BPL. 81 heading, 79 defending. Because his other stats aren't great. His dribbling, his shot, and his passing aren't the best. You could argue that instead of putting Sentinel on, as I've done, you could put, say, anchor traits on, which that helps improve your passing, your pace, and your dribbling. As Sacco's already got solid stats, so if you wanted a well-rounded card for Sacco, then you could move on to that. But as Sentinel, I'm not going to be taking too many shots with him. I'm not going to be dribbling with Sacco, and I'm not going to be passing it that much. So I feel that the Sentinel, why not just improve his defending heading, because that's what he's there for. He's 6'2", hardly gets beat in the air. It's only like the best of marksmen that are going to beat him in the air. Medium high work rate, medium attacking, and high defensive. What you want for your defenders. They'll push up a bit so you don't lose position, but they also pull back, so you've at least got that man behind. As you can see, he's played 32 games for me and scored 2 goals. That for a defender, I'd say that's pretty good. Let's move on to our next centre back. I've Julian Lescott. The thing I have behind using Julian Lescott is, some people might argue, why would you use him? Look at his pace. Well, if you've got Sacco, and then that's a fast defender anyway, so that's half your defence, that's quick. But if you move on, if you have a slow defender who's got plenty more strength, then that can only help, because you can position Sacco in a point where he's behind or in front of Lescott to try and stop the faster man. And then say if Sacco misses, Lescott's there to outpower if he's a small person. So he's great in the air. 6'2", similar size to Sacco. He's got 82 defending, 85 heading. He scored, like, you may not have seen him score goals for me in the stats as I'm showing you, but he wins so many headers in defence, and with his medium work rate, he may push a bit more forward than Sacco, but not push as much back. But he's there with his strength to, say, palm off a weak attacking mid or wherever. Let's move on to our left back. I've Clichy there. In my opinion, best left back you can have. That in terms of overall rating, and with his 88 pace, his 79 defending and 70 and also his 78 dribbling. That's brilliant for a fullback. It allows you to bomb forward and do stuff like that. And he's got high medium. That's no problem for me, because you've got that 88 pace to track back with him only having a medium defensive work rate, a high attacking work rate. I'd say that's the best for a fullback. And the only reason I'd put Sentinel on him, which I have done, it's to improve his defending, because them stats for me, the most important stats for a fullback is his pace, his dribbling, his defending, and his heading. Because his dribbling allows him to push on and like keep hold of the ball better. So you trust him with his feet, and then you can get further on with that. And yeah, let's move on to the midfield. In the midfield, I'll just explain the trio before I go into their stats properly. We've got Fellaini in the centre defensive mid, Lamela in the right mid, and Young in the left mid, and Coutinho in the centre attacking mid. Fellaini, centre defensive mid, strong player, great all-rounded stats for centre defensive mid. Probably paid a tiny bit much over. You can see the recurrency. When I did buy them, they were going for high prices, and I probably should have gone searching for a bit more, but there's not much you can do with it. Fellaini has medium work rate, perfect for centre defensive mid. Can push forward when he wants to, and can drop back when he wants to. Never gonna get jumped by many midfielders, because not many fielders are 6'4" like Fellaini. Good pace. You can just see from the card, the base card stats, which I haven't added a chem stat to him because I don't think he needed it. So I haven't really decided which one is necessary for him yet. So you can just see they're all in the 70s, with his defending heading being over 80 because he's a centre defensive mid. I feel he's a great pickup if you're looking for a solid player that's gonna keep you in games and like protect your back four. Say if your midfield is strong but you haven't got the best of defences. So let's just move on to our wingers. We've got Lamela. Originally I did have Morales in this position, but I wanted to work my way into like a full rare side. So I went after Lamela because my funds were a bit short at them. As you can see, I picked him up for just under 2,000 coins. He hasn't got the best pace, but technically I think Lamela's a great player. In previous FIFAs he did have 4-star skill moves, but in turn as a winger he's got great dribbling. I think that's six games for me, but he's not picked up any goals. But I can tell you from playing with him, I do have plenty of shots with him, which I just push him down that wing. But he may not have the speed, but he's got the technical ability to put crosses in. But he's got the strength as well, and putting that sniper trait on him only improves his dribbling and his shot, which I feel is an essential on your, because you can make like an average winger into a great winger. In my opinion, I feel that's one of the most important things that you can use for a winger. On here we have actually I'm going left mid, 82 rated, with his 4-star skill moves and 3-star weak foot, high medium work rate. It's similar with Clichy because they're basically identical with each other. The high medium work rates, that's fine for a winger, because you want them to be pushing up and down depending how you play anyway. If you're a cross happy player, then you're going to want to push them wings up and down, and the medium allows them to drop as well. And he's got the pace to suffice to be that type of winger that can track back for you and help your fullbacks with that 88 pace. Great dribbler, so you can move it in and out of your opposition's players, and great base shot of 76 and passing at 75, because that's all you need for good crosses. Anything over 70, then you've got a person that can cross the ball really well. If you're looking for, I know what you can see, I paid over the odds from there, like 8,100 coins, but now at this part of it, we are in FIFA 14, you can easily pick him up for cheap. So that's a really advisory buy for anyone who's looking for a cheap winger. And same again, I like Sniper on them, even though he's got 85 dribbling. You could say you may not need it, but if you what I'm trying to say is, you get more out of a player with better dribbling. Because think of the odd times in FIFA that a player takes a bad touch. In that case, this can only but help you. You'll have better ball control. Say if the ball comes at a bad angle, you can work away that from there. Let's move on to our centre attack and mid, Coutinho. Some people may say he's not the strongest, but he's on the same level of Lamela. I say he is. Technically, he's brilliant. With his 88 dribbling, that's good. That for a cam, you don't really need high pace, but I've given that Hunter cam style just to help him out there, which improves his passing and his shot. And his shot, that's really important for a cam, because say you two at the top lay it down, you're gonna want to at least have a shot. Say if it comes at the edge of the box or in the box with your player. And Coutinho having 4-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves can only help him even more. And it's not many of his that's why mainly the Hunter traits on him, because his shot is in the 60s and his passing's just below 80, which makes him a good cam. Even the small players, take Aguero for example, he's small, but he has a good bit of strength and works the lines really well, and hopefully like that. He's a cheap pickup, even though as you're gonna see me kind of repeat this a lot, that I overpaid for them, but at the moment they're gonna be cheap because at that point where people have the better sides and they're gonna have the high rated players because they've either worked for the players so much and gone for just the better players because they have the funds to do so, or they've traded well. And people who are starting the game early or haven't played FIFA 14 yet, only just getting it for Christmas or whatnot, these can be good pickups and valuable pickups for people who don't have the coins to go out and get the 80 above players. Now let's move on to our important strike force. Left striker, we have Fernando Torres. As I like to work my formations, especially in a two striker formation, I like to have one target man and one like sort of poacher. Fernando Torres is a good pickup. Forget what I pay for him. At the moment, people don't favour Fernando Torres because of whatever his pace, and maybe he can be a little bit inconsistent for people. But for me, great player. He doesn't get as much credit in the game as he probably deserves, because as we can see, he's played 31 games for me, 25 goals and 13 assists. For me, as a striker on FIFA, that's a great quality to have. If you just look at it as a base stats, ignore that I've got a hawk trait on him. 77 pace, 82 dribbling, 82 shot, 75 heading and 70 passing. For a striker, they're all good base stats, considering, like, yeah, he's not good, the great on form for Chelsea, but and EA may reflect that in his card stats. But in my opinion, you want a good player, pick him up, and his work rates are really good because he's that type of target man that doesn't need to come back and defend, because he's got the low defensive work rate and a medium attacking work rate. Means he won't come all the way back to which he's almost on top of your midfield, so he's not going to be ahead for an available pass, but he's going to be like just ahead of the cam, or even sitting alongside the cam waiting for that pass that you want to make to him. And with the hawk trait on, that gives him, improves his heading, his shot and his pace. So with that, his pace will probably go up to about what, 79, 80, because we don't actually know what it goes in game, what the actual effects are. But for me, he feels faster than he probably would be. And then as a target man, he can only improve his heading, because it's perfect that he can improve his heading, because you need that person in the box that's going to get headers for you. And then his shot, with 82 as a start, it's going to be lethal anyway. But pushing it up even more, you're going to be able to get them snapshots on the edge of the box, or say there's a deflection and maybe there's a few defenders in the way, it's going to push through and be able to like, he's going to be able to pick it up. And with his his 4-star weak foot and 3-star skill moves, that shot's that's only going to make it better for you when you're playing in game with him. And his partner is Danny Welbeck. For his rating, I reckon he deserves more than what his rating says. Good cheap player. I picked him up for 1700 coins. 85 pace, 74 shot, 79 dribbling and 73 passing. For me in a formation, as we can see, he's the small guy for me, even though he's like 6'1", but he's like a poacher for how I use him. Most of the time he picks up all like the deflections, the rebound shots, the ones that come off the post. He's always there in the right place at the right time to pick it up. As you can see, I didn't put a trait on him, but if I was going to put one on him, I'd probably put Hawk on him like I have done with Torres, because that'll improve his heading, because he wins some headers but not all headers. That I leave that to Torres to do. But he's a good cheap player to pick up if you're looking for a good clinical striker that's going to get you them goals that are going to be very important to you. So that covers the 4-1-2-1-2, guys. This is the one I mainly have used on my account, and it's served me well. So you guys should try this out. Give me any feedback if you think it works for you. Give me any feedback about players, what players you'll put different into the squad, and let me know from there. So please leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. And that's it for me, guys. I'm T-Dog and I'm out. See you on the next video.